called Breaking Up the Pea Patch, which is named after an expression that Red Barber, the radio announcer, had. And what it really means is that a pea patch on a farm is laid out perfectly straight. And Red Barber liked to think that the bases in baseball were laid out in a very perfect way. And whenever there was a collision at any of the bases, he used to yell over the radio, "They're breaking up the pea patch, they're breaking up the pea patch." And so I thought that it would be fun to make this as impressionistic as I could in the sense of trying to paint something that's very airy, that's very outdoors, and use a color such as this sort of, it's a viridian green actually, but a color that reminds one of the first burst of spring when things are very, very light and they're very green, but it's a very light green. The other thing was to give the viewer a feeling of actually being the person who's landing on his rear end on that base. And I think that all the chaos is sort of fun to have the chaos go on in the paint rather than using very many lines. And you don't see very much perspective again in the traditional sense. It's not in here. I've basically used the lighter colors to come forward towards you to give you a feeling that this is in front and the lavenders and greens are in the back. And again, my fascination with white, the uniforms are white, but if you look closely, there are many, many colors in the uniforms, and it's simply an illusion that they're all white. I also should just take a second to say that this is where the people in the 20th century began to learn about the importance of photography. That the only way that a moment like this is captured is either that you would be sitting there yourself or that you take a photograph of it yourself. So there is a photographic kind of quality to this painting, I think.